Okay, I'd like to call to order this planning and zoning meeting on June 10th. The time is 6 p.m. Tara, roll call, please.
All right, Marmon,
Here.
Ritchie,
Here.
Ferris, Werdeman, Darling, Stecker, Weiss,
Here.
Nate,
Here.
and Piper.
Here.
The next item on our agenda is the approval of tonight's agenda. Motion to approve?
I'll approve.
Second?
I'll second.
Fantastic. And then from, oh yeah, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Aye.
Thank you, sorry. The next agenda item is the approval of the April 22nd, 2025 meeting minutes. Everyone had a chance to read. Any questions? Comments?
Motion to approve.
Fantastic, a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone
Aye.
opposed? Perfect. All right, the next agenda item is public comment. This would be on any item that is not on tonight's agenda, which looking at the people in attending, it all looks according to the new business agenda. So we're gonna move on to new business, which is item 8 is the approval of a final plat for Pickard Commerce Park Plat 1. Bill?
Thank you. The owner and applicant in this case is iTown Investment Group LLC, represented by Jason Ludden with Snyder and Associates. And they are requesting approval of a final plat for a commercial and industrial development that's located south of Highway 92 and east of,
Lynn is on Teams now, so he's present.
located south of Highway 92 and east of South 15th Street, contains just under 20 acres. It's the area outlined in red on the screen, just adjacent to Pickard Park there. The plat was rezoned a year or two ago from A1 to C2 and M2, as dictated on the screen there. The final plat identifies 12 lots for commercial and industrial development. The north 4, or on this, the way this is laid out, the left 4 lots, or the commercial lots, everything to the right there is M2. All lots meet or exceed the minimum requirements for those particular zoning districts. Lots range in size from 1 acre to 1.86 acres in area. Outlot X at the bottom of the screen, or the far right of the screen, is where the stormwater detention will occur. That's 1.77 acres. Street lots A and B will be dedicated to the city as public right-of-way. Site plans have been submitted and are currently under review for lots 2 and lots 12, and those are later on the agenda for your consideration. Access will be provided off of Highway 92, going to the south. South 20th Street will align with 20th Street across of 92. And that was approved with an MOU from the Iowa Department of Transportation. 5-foot sidewalks will be constructed with each lot as they're developed. No trails are proposed as part of this. The site will be serviced with all public utilities, which will be installed with the construction drawings. All easements have been labeled on the final plat. Staff recommends approval of the final plat for Pickard Commerce Park Plat 1, subject to remaining staff comments and a review of the legal documents. Happy to take any questions. Also, the engineer and applicant are in attendance tonight.
Questions from the commission?
With the outlot Y, that's right next to lot 2, is that just to basically reserve room for that road extension?
That's going to be an access, ingress, egress easement. So instead of extending a public street up that way, it'll be basically a glorified extended driveway to allow access to those north 4 lots, or 2 lots, or 3 lots, or whoever wants to utilize that.
Okay.
Lot 12 will likely access off of 20th Street, so they wouldn't utilize that outlot.
I didn't hear, I think you might have mentioned it. Did you mention something about the turning lane or something?
No.
Nothing? Did that ever get brought up? I know we talked about it a long time ago.
Yeah, good evening, Jason Lund with Snyder. So as part of the DOT permit to the Iowa DOT on the highway, we did a traffic study. That's all looked at, and there was none required with that traffic study for this development.
Thanks.
What's the, like, the rationale behind creating an outlot Y as opposed to making that part of the roadway?
It's just gonna be owned and maintained by the association rather than one of the lot owners.
DOT denied access to, initially that was supposed to be where the development would be accessed from, and DOT denied that access. So instead of having one lane, one street going south with a cul-de-sac at the end of it, they've moved that, and now this is how.
They had to move that to where that street lot A is to align with the property, or the road to the north.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct, so it'll essentially act as a private street rather than a public street.
The outlot Y will.
Correct.
Yep.
Does that create any issues in the future?
I don't think so. There will never be a connection to Highway 92 there.
Yeah, I don't expect there to be a connection, but I guess, like for tonight's consideration, we're looking at the lot 2 and lot 12, which leaves lot 1 kind of as a remaining outlier in there, and access to that portion, that lot as well. So I guess that's where,
There'll be a platted ingress egress easement that allows access to those lots. That'll be written into those properties and rides with those properties. And in those legal documents that'll be provided to staff, it's written that, hey, between these two lots, neither one of them can change it without both's consent.
So will that cul-de-sac and basically the little curvy roads there, that'll be public street, that'll be maintained by Public Works or Street Department?
Correct.
So then the HOA or whatever you call it, the association will just be responsible for clearing of outlot Y.
Correct.
And then they're responsible for the ownership and maintenance of the outlot for the detention as well.
So is there accessibility at outlet Y for public services, fire department and stuff like that?
Yes, it'll be built to spec so that the fire department can get in there, and with the site plans that come in, as the one for lot 2 is tonight, and lot 1 eventually, it'll provide access for emergency services.
Anyone on the phone with questions?
I had a question
No, I don't
on
think so.
that turning lane.
Go ahead, Lynn.
Are we able to put any requests in for a turning lane? Or is that just strictly by DOT since they don't require it?
So that's Highway 92 that is controlled by the DOT, and no improvements can occur on that without their approval.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, we kind of urged that traffic study, maybe urged them to look into some sort of traffic control or whatever on that. And I think it might have been Eric Cannon at the time that was here for that one. I think he said that they've tried, but the DOT is pretty resistant, I think, on that. So if I remember correctly.
And I believe the city's currently working on a corridor study for Highway 92 through town that's looking at all the access points through
Yep,
there as well.
remember that.
Yep.
Okay. Someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve as submitted.
Second.
Roll call vote, please, Tara?
Marmon,
Yes.
Ritchie,
Yes.
Stecker,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Nate.
Yeah.
Piper.
Yes.
Item number B, under new business, is the approval of a site plan for New Era Homes at 304 South 21st Street.
Thank you. The owner and applicant in this case will be Cody Sinclair with New Era Homes, represented by Jason Ledden with Snyder and Associates. The applicant is requesting approval of a site plan for a commercial industrial style operation there. It's the area outlined in red on the screen. It's lot 2 of Pickard Commerce Park Plat 1. It contains about 1 acre, 1.5 acres. This is one of those commercially zoned lots. The site plan includes a construction, sales, and warehousing building that's approximately 60 by 190 feet, just under 13,000 square feet in area. Be about 23 feet in height, and again, it's platted as Lot 2, was Pickard Commerce Park Plat 1. The bulk regulations were included in the staff report. Everything about the site plan meets those bulk regulations. Access to the site will be from South 21st Street through that access easement, that outlot Y. There. So the public road will end about here, and then everything up here will be part of that ingress egress easement that will be shared between the property owners up there. 9 parking spaces are required, and they're proposing 10, including 1 accessible space. 5-foot sidewalk will be installed from the public way into the site with the sidewalk right there for pedestrian access. The site will be serviced with public utilities when those get installed. Stormwater detention will occur with the basin at the south end of the site, part of the overall stormwater management there. 20% of the site is required to be open space, and they're providing 47.7%. Here's the landscaping plan. So the landscape and open space meets the site plan requirements. Elevations were included for your review, and they include metal panels, accent metal panels, stone veneer, and windows. The elevations demonstrate compliance with the site plan ordinance, the building design standards. Staff recommends approval of the site plan for new era homes, subject to remaining staff comments. I'm happy to take any questions.
Is the be the north side, is that all stone? Next year?
The north side is this one here. So it's not all stone. It's a mix of all the materials.
I want to bring this up because I faced this challenge myself years ago. Isn't that part of the Highway 92 corridor?
It doesn't face the highway. There's one lot between them.
Good for you.
Jake, come on.
Sure.
Means everything.
The hard way.
Comments or questions?
One thing that I just observed right now and was thinking about is with that sidewalk, it looks like it just takes a 90-degree turn right to the building there. But if there is that, I think it's lot 1 that yet has anything to be built on it or planned for it, would it make more sense to have the sidewalk go all the way through to the north to that lot?
I don't know if they would do that or if they would bring it off of.
They'll have access off the trail on 92.
What would connect that trail to this area? Anything?
It's connected on 20th Street.
So you come down, just walk down the road.
Come down the
basically.
public road. We'd send them down a public road rather than through a private site.
Is that storm water detention area, is that on the lot or is that?
No, but
South
it's the major one at the south end of the site. So the
Stormwater.
so the infrastructure from this lot will all lead to this pond.
Gotcha.
So every lot in this, once it gets developed, will have that infrastructure that'll lead right to
Yep.
the basin at the south end.
Yeah, it's all stormwater in there. Look, there's quite a bit of storm pipe.
Okay. Hearing no further comments, would someone like to make a motion?
Making a motion to approve as accepted or as submitted, excuse me.
Second?
You have a second? Roll call vote,
I'll
please.
second that.
All right, Piper?
Yes.
Nate?
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Stecker,
Yes.
Richie,
Yes.
and Marmon.
Yes.
Item C on the new business agenda is the approval of a site plan for Lot 12 of Pickard Commerce Park, Plot 1.
Thank you. The owner in this case, I'm not sure who the actual applicant is, so I want I-Town Investment Group, which is Cody's group, represented by Jason Ledden with Snyder and Associates, and they're requesting approval of a site plan for commercial development located Pickard Commerce Park, Plat 1, Lot 12. This lot is the largest lot of the subdivision, 1.86 acres. I'm working on fire to get that assigned, but it's likely going to be 300 south 20th Street. It's the area outlined in red on the screen. This is another one of those lots that is zoned C2 commercial. The proposed site plan for consideration is a sales office and warehousing building that's about 80 feet by 90 feet and 6,000 square feet in area, about 25 feet high, platted as Lot 12 of Picker Commerce Park Plat 1. Bulk regulations are provided for you. Everything about the site plan meets those regulations. Access to the site will be off of South 20th Street. 6 parking spaces are required for this project, and they're providing 9, including 1 accessible space. A 5-foot sidewalk will be installed. You can see along 20th Street from the trail to the north, down for the duration of the property. That pedestrian sidewalk has not been shown yet. It's one of the comments that we have to be addressed. The site will be serviced with public utilities, which will be installed in the vicinity as part of these plat improvements. 20% of the area is required to be open space, and they're providing 86.21%. Their landscaping plan. The landscaping plan meets the site plan ordinance. Elevations were submitted for review. It is proposed to be constructed of metal panels, accent metal panels, stone veneered windows, similar to the new Era Homes project. This is one that actually does face the highway. They'll be working on those. But staff recommends approval of this site plan for Picker Lot 12, subject to remaining staff comments, and happy to take any questions.
So to your point, the north facing will meet requirements.
Yes, they will.
I had one question about, obviously this is a big lot and there's a large open area to the south of the building and paving. Will that be, if I was to occupy this area, I would probably look at that as future expansion. What's the likelihood or the ability for them to expand that later?
They'd be able to do that as long as they met the setback requirements and landscaping, things like that, and the open space requirements. That site plan would likely require review from the planning commission and council again, with another civil site plan that shows that expansion.
Is it possible to parcel that off at a later date?
Potentially, we might run into some issues with driveway spacing. I don't know the likelihood that it will be parceled off. They've already added 4 lots from the initial submittal to this one, so I think adding any more might be a little bit tricky.
Is the lay of the land right there different than the east side? I didn't really think about that when this plot was initially put together, but that is bigger. I mean, that's a giant square, whereas the other ones are rectangular in shape. I didn't know if it slopes back on that side or, because I noticed the same.
It's pretty flat.
Pretty flat. Yeah.
Fairly flat.
One thing that I had noticed when I was looking at it is that it will face Highway 92. They'll enter obviously from South 20th Street. All the parking is right there on the west side. Although in my mind, I guess it makes sense for parking to be in the front of the building. So from a design perspective, can somebody provide the rationale or like design intent with how that works?
Yeah, the intent is that the visibility is off Highway 92 and the frontage is similar to when other DOT highways where you have frontage roads or backage roads, that they're really pushed up towards the highway to get the frontage and the visibility from the highway, but then the parking sits to the side or behind. That's the thought there. There is the pedestrian access to the front door with the sidewalk there, and kind of just wanting to keep everything tugged north as far as possible and minimize what's being used on the parcel for any potential future uses.
Does that make sense to everybody else?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Courtney or Lynn?
I don't have any questions.
I think I'm good.
Will then someone make a motion to approve? Or a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve as submitted.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Marmon,
Yes.
Richie,
Yes.
Piper,
Yes.
Nate,
Yes.
Stecker,
Yes.
and Vice.
Yes.
Move on.
Is that?
Yep. Complete with new business, and so at this point, we'll move on to any comments, building permit report, or current projects you'd like to share, Bill.
So in the biggest news in the city, the new city manager started last Wednesday, so I brought him down for an introductory. It's one of the, may not be the best meeting since half of you are not present, but he wanted to introduce himself and have him share a little bit of information about himself, and this is Jake Meschke.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. As Bill said, I just wanted to make a point to come by, introduce myself. Thank you for all of your service to the community and serving on our planning commission. As Bill said, I started as the city manager about 2-ish weeks ago now. So, like I said, getting my feet wet and just really want to take in a bunch of information. Before this, I worked for the city of Brookings, South Dakota. I was the deputy city manager there. They're a community of about 25,000 folks. 50 minutes north of Sioux Falls, home to the South Dakota State University Jackrabbits. Originally from Wisconsin in the Appleton, Green Bay area, and then I have both my bachelor's and master's degrees from Arizona State University. I'm sure all of you have things that you'd like to get onto at the night, but mostly just wanted to come by, say hi, and appreciate your service, and happy to be available to you.
Thanks.
Lastly, it's very likely that the next two meetings will be canceled. I'll be out of town. I'll be in Europe for 19 days, so that's why I packed this agenda full of exciting things. So Tara, if nothing comes up, or I don't think anything will come up, but if anything does, Tara will make it known, or otherwise she'll send out cancellation emails in the near future. But say so what's it, June 24th and July 10th? July 8th?
Something like that.
Yes, it's likely those two meetings will be
Okay,
canceled.
we'll watch emails for those just to make sure.
I don't have anything else.
Okay, with that, someone want to make a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Perfect, adjourned, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.